Come on, you can do it. Apparently you can't. Okay. I did pick the bigger gun, didn't I? Yes, I did. Okay. Well, it is the first stumbling block. It's all interconnected. So to take all that off, you've got to take the exhaust off. You can't get it exhaust unless you get it. We're in a position to take the tank off now because I think it's just this, and then that lifts and pulls up, and then obviously disengaging the pipe. I'm replacing this pipe anyway because it's but we do need to make sure that that is switched off. Right, let's get this off here, get this tank up there, and then we can have a proper look. It's got the original toolkits as well. I wonder if that's a bit of a daft. I wonder what's actually in here. I never check this. So I find out it's a winning lottery ticket from. A spanner and some slime. Okay. Disappointed with that actually. Of all the things, spare spark plug. Oh, ooh. Ooh. Anticipation's killing me. It's going to be a toolkit though, isn't it? Okay. Shock adjustment tools. Is that the prop? No, it's not. Okay. Bloody hell. Fair play. Jesus Christ. Okay. I think they're supposed to be stuck on there like that, but I don't know. Yeah, we got a little bit of work to do here, not too much. A lift. I've even got a bike lift over there, but when I've got to work on this bit of a bike, you're screwed. It's different to what I thought it would be. It's not like it's not as bad, but in some cases it's worse. I'm not entirely sure. It's interesting because a lot of the stuff that he used, there's stainless steel hardware in it, and things like. And I don't. It just seems odd. It definitely wasn't OE, but you know, a lot of stainless steel hardware in this actually, which is good. It's good. It's good. It's not that, you know. So, yeah, the exhaust actually didn't put up a fight. The hardware is a bit scabby, but everything else seems to be at the moment as well. So what I've had to do is get this one off to get access to that, which will allow me to get access to the other bolt there, so I can get all that off, which means then we've got a clear shot at all of this here, and that's cool. Didn't film any of this either. So the belt, absolutely fine. Now, if I remember correctly, it was done reasonably respective to when it was parked up. Now, time, etc., is just as bad as wear on belts, if not worse. And I'm good with this because this, and I know it's been done properly, and I know that all of this is absolutely. I'm good with that, and I'm good with the belt and what have you. However, the clutch cover, which is there, you can see all that there. You've got to take the timing belt off to get it off. And that's the theme with this thing, is you've got to get things like the other side off to get at the other side of this, because you can't get to that without that. I mean, I could, but that's kind of got to come off anyway. Yeah, it's pretty much the theme, is that things have got to be done to get at that. However, it's nowhere near as bad. It's nowhere near as, we're not dealing with something that, you know, because I know for a fact that this was maintained pretty meticulously right up until, well, until it wasn't. So, what are we going to do? I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go home and have a cuppa. It's been nippy in here today. This is a bit, got the old jet engine going. I think we'll turn that off now. Right. So, I had a good think about it. So I'm going to have a crack at some of this. I'm going to be cleaning up. I'm going to take the exhaust off first. Get some VHT on that. I don't know. This should be. I don't know what it is actually, whether it's OE or not. But yeah, that's what we're going to do, because this is a job kind of for another day. And as long as it's clean, and we can put some, you know, and it'll be all blown up, and none of this is loose now. So, but we're going to get the oxide off, we're going to clean it off and do what I said, and then see where we are.
It seems like the sun slipped out of here when you broke my heart in two. I knew I could never see the strength. Hold you close and make things the same. I haven't seen you
White Spirit, absolutely brilliant. Cheap as you can get, and it works perfectly for degreasing and cleaning. Brilliant stuff. Right.
It's the middle of the day. I knew our paths would never meet. I knew exactly what I'd say. I haven't seen you for so long.
I think for consistency, it'll all be done black. Yeah, black. But what I've got to do first is give this a bit of a clean off. Now, have I got any Scotch Brite up there? I've got loads. Oh yes.
There's nothing more to do. I just couldn't hack the pace. So you said that you were through. I haven't seen you for so long. I haven't seen you for so long, for so long, for so long, for so long.
So the only bit that really needs to be painted. It doesn't matter how well you paint these. You could Cerakote them, you could wrap them. Nah, it's not meant to be really. So this here is what is the scene, and as long as this is clean, which it kind of is now, it's clean enough. Clean enough for the girls that we date. I've been told good things about this stuff. Just check the instructions. Surfaces must be clean. Okay. Well, we're definitely clean. Okay, so this is where we get everything covered in overspray anyway, so. I will say one thing about it. It's got good coverage and it feels as if it's sticking nice. Oh, it looks as if it is anyway. I skipped ahead if you were, and got the magneto cover off, and apart from the fact the whole thing's held together with silicone, I think that's actually supposed to be like that, but yeah. This is quite far gone. I'm not entirely sure what to do about this. I have to have a think about it. Turns out I had some etch primer. in the cupboard, although not a lot, just enough to do this piece. And what I'm hoping to do here is kind of proof of concept, because the paint that I thought I could use in it, apparently you can't. So I'm going to wait for this to dry, and then I'm going to coat it in some gloss black and see what happens. Let me show you, because this is yes, so that's interesting. I'm assuming it's actually all supposed to be like this, but it all needs well, I have a plan, and that is that I'm going to get all of this back together. Not necessarily right now, but all of it will go back together. We will run the engine up, make sure that we've got all this right, then we will dump the oil. I'm not going to dump it because I don't have any more oil here. That's not turned up. All these other bits as well. These are... I'm going to treat them, and again, this is going to be a case of that doesn't worry. We're not going to worry about that for the MOT. Cosmetically, yes, it needs to be sorted out, it needs to be flattened off, it needs to be done, stripped and recoated, but yeah, I am on the cusp of the rabbit hole, and like I said, I know what I've got to do with this, but at the moment I just want this running for the sake, well, not for the sake of it, but it's got to be, I've got to feel my way through it, make sure that we're okay a bit at a time, and if that means we get one bit running, move on, one bit running, move on. I've bitten off a bit more than I should have done, and that's kind of where we are. I've got to, to be honest with you, I've not taken this is new to me, and there's a lot of things, like there's got to be shims and washers and things all in right now. Everything should go back. I'd be able to add a bit of goo on that, and it'll all go back into the casing, no problem. And it should all be, because nothing's changed, and there's no, I've checked the insulation on the wires, there's no problem with that. So we'll go and we'll stick with that plan. Clean everything off, add some lacquer, get the exhaust back on it, and go from there. Okay, so with stuff drying and other stuff happening, you know what it is. What I'm going to do is I'm going to remove, and I hate doing this because nothing ever comes off right. I'm going to remove the handlebars to get them stripped, sorted, because I've got a plan of getting some epoxy primer on stuff, some of those covers, which is the only way I can think of kind of making sure they don't, or we get the top bottom of the corrosion. I'm gonna start taking a lot of this off, which I'm amused at the fact that so much of this stuff is hex. I don't know if that's actually how it's supposed, or whether it was as a product. There's a lot of stainless steel stuff, which, don't get me wrong, is really. Okay.
You talk too much, you say too much for me to ever listen. You laugh too much, you cry too much for me to ever understand. You swear too much, you lie too much for me to ever trust you. You work too much, you play too much for me to ever understand. too much, you say too much for me to ever understand.
I think that they seen better days. Yes. As if by magic. I'm going to try a bit of an experiment because I haven't used this stuff in a long time. And what we're going to have a go at is seeing what epoxy primer does to that, oh Christ, every time, aluminium. And see what it does painting it on top of this stuff as well, because I've not done it like this. I'm interested. Come on, you can do it. Apparently you can't. Okay. I did pick the bigger gun, didn't I? Yes, I did. Right, so a bit of an experiment, I suppose. Well, look like Pebble Dash. Oh, Jesus. Three hours to dial the gun in. By the time I've actually dialed the gun in,
It's alright, that.